All right, everyone. Welcome to Margin Theory, where we bring you stories from CEOs and business owners about how they make sense of business and life and everything in between. Today, I have a special guest with us, Mason Boswell. He's the founder and CEO of Maverick Digital, a hyper local marketing partner based in North Texas, helping local businesses crack the code on audience engagement through indoor digital billboards and lead generation services. Mason, welcome to the show. Really glad to have you here.
Jake, thanks for having me, man. Excited to be here.
Yeah, yeah. I was excited for this one. So let's start from the beginning. So tell me a little bit about your story. How'd you get into what you're doing, and what does Maverick Digital actually do?
Yeah, man. I grew up here in Dallas, Texas. Was born and raised a Christian, and went to a small Baptist college over in Arkansas. Studied to be a business owner with 3 degrees, marketing, finance, entrepreneurship. Knew this was my path. Knew this was my journey. And at the same time, I was a franchise consultant. So basically, what a real estate broker does, but instead of houses, it's for people looking for a business to own. So I helped people find their perfect business. And while
Yep.
all doing this for a few years, I was like, I could really see myself owning a business one day. Let's see about this. And so, surely enough, through evaluating over 600 brands, it led me to a franchise called MTV 360, which helped me start my Maverick Digital franchise, and with the goal of just helping other people love what they do even more and be more
Hmm.
enabled to do what they want to do.
Yep.
So that's the goal. And here at Maverick Digital in Dallas, Texas, we love doing it, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So you've been doing okay, so Maverick Digital is it 1 year or a few years or
We just started last November.
that's awesome. Okay. All right, so like last November, when you were first just starting out and stuff, how did the first month, like what did the early days look like?
Sorry, could you repeat that last part for me again?
Yeah, so when you're just starting out and the idea was getting shaped and you're just starting out, what did the kind of like the early days look like when you're in the ebbs and flows?
Man, it's hard. It's not easy. I'm sure everyone would tell you that, man. But from a 23-year-old perspective of just getting out of college and, the world is at your fingertips, but you really don't know what to expect. It's a lot to take in, right? Because you go and talk to people, you try to sell and try to grow your business, and other people are like, ew, who's this guy knocking on my door, man? He looks young, he probably doesn't know what he's doing. And truthfully, like I see that as a challenge. I'm like, man, if I'm able to help people grow in a smart, sustainable way, and if I can help them understand that and see that and trust me to help them do that, man, sky's the limit of what I'm able to do at a young age like this. And so, while it was very difficult and that there were challenges each and every day, those challenges have definitely helped me, and taught
Hmm.
me to um, be willing to accept challenges and to actually look for challenges. Because whenever
Hmm.
we look for challenges, man, that's like you're sculpting a statue. You're
Hmm.
consistently growing and getting better and better and better at your craft every day. And I think that's what I've learned from a young age.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so okay, so when you said what does like when you were talking about, the start inception of Maverick Digital, you said that you were a franchise consultant and you said you brought up NTV 360, or was that something different, or when did the actual inception of the I got to start Maverick Digital actually happen?
Yeah, man. So NTV 360 is the franchise.
Okay.
My business name is Maverick Digital, but it is an NTV 360 franchise. I'm just a
Oh.
franchisee with the brand here in Dallas. They're based over in
Oh.
Denver.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well, cool, man. That's awesome, and I'm sure you're going through the weeds, and you're working like 40 plus hours a week because it takes a long time to build a business like this, man. Like 40 to 60 hours a week, even like doing so much more than that. But I don't want to talk just about business today. Like I know the real stories within you, and I know you started this thing, but you've also hit your roadblocks in your life, and I believe everyone has really good lessons that they still learn, even if you're younger and stuff. You still learn from the business lessons, or you've learned from your mentors in the past. So let me ask you this. what actually grounds you? And like when I say that, like when things get hard and the answers aren't always obvious, when you're building Maverick or, going through life, what keeps you going?
Good question, man. I love that. So something that I try to do every day is start with the end in mind. And a lot of people will tell you, Mason, it's not always about the end; it's about the journey and what gets you there. And while I do believe that's true, like I said earlier, we're consistently just building that statue, right? We're consistently sculpting off the parts that don't need to be there. And I think that the Lord does a good job of doing that in my life for sure. But whenever I'm able to start with the idea of like, okay, what am I building? Asking myself, what am I building right now? Am I going to face problems trying to build this? And the answer is always yes. Why would I not face problems building something that I want to build, right? Then everyone would build it if it was easy.
Hmm.
And if it's easy, it's not worth doing, in my opinion. So, with that mindset of just, hey, if it were easy, everybody would do it. And like, hey, I know what I'm building, and I want to build it no matter what. Um, that combined mindset really does numbers for me, and I'm able to just stay consistent each and every day, and just like know, hey, remind myself this is what I'm building. These problems are going to come. And in fact, in the Bible, it's promised like trials of various kinds will come. And in James, it talks all about that. It's not if they come, it's when they come. And so that's something I try to remind myself of very often, and it keeps me going.
That's awesome. And so you said the trials, what was that quote?
Yeah, yeah. In James 1, it says, whenever there's trials of various kinds, to keep going, to keep pushing, stay determined, and to just keep going.
So you've always been, have you always been in like into the Bible and like certain types of philosophy and keeping yourself together? Has this always been something that you've what had before, or like was there a time where you kind of like, was just like, damn, you hit that uttermost like hole and you're just like, damn, I gotta, because I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying because what you're thinking about, I think, is the why. What are you building? Like, what's the why? Why am I doing this? Because you could just go through life and just sit there and try to enjoy your life, but you gotta have a why
Mm.
or like a what you're doing and stuff. So, what was that one point in life where like you hit that epiphany, or was there a moment?
Man, yeah. So great question. There's a lot of answers right there. I was obviously, like I said, born and raised in a Christian household. In the way that I don't see Christianity as a philosophy, I see it as a way of life. I think that the Bible is an instruction book from like the Lord to for how we are supposed to live and how we can live not only joyfully but abundantly.
Yep.
Um, and so whenever I was growing up, I was like, man, this sucks. Like, I don't want to live by this rule book, right? But I think a really big shift happened in my life early in high school whenever I just started making stupid decisions. It led me to very dark places mentally. And I kind of just went back to the Lord. I heard him calling me back, got into the word and just started living it out, just started making that decision to consciously live out what it says. And truthfully, man, there was just so much more joy in it and so much more peace in making decisions that the Lord says are the right ones. And so whenever I began to make those decisions, I was like, man, I want to pursue this my whole life because there is so much more joy found in this than there is of the things that I think there are joy in.
Yep.
And so whenever I made that decision, I was like, how can I do this best with my gifts and talents and abilities? And I was early on blessed with the gift of just communicating and loving people well. And I'm like, man, I want to own a business. Let's do it all in one. And so pursued franchise ownership with the goal not of making money and not of necessarily being wealthy, but with the idea that I have a super large mission field here. Like myself, I have the ability to go share the joy that I've found in this book and in this God that I know is the God.
Hmm.
And so with that in mind, I was like, okay, all my buddies are going across the ocean to go share the gospel over there, but I think more than anywhere, it's needed
Oh yeah.
right here in this business world where people are only chasing the dollar. And I
Hmm.
think that's a big reason why we see so much depression and so much anxiety these days is because people truly will never get what they want, right? Because if you get what you want, there's always something else. Um,
Mhm.
but I think that's a big part of my why is with Jesus, like that is the answer. And so I don't know if that answers your question, man, but that's kind of that
No,
moment when I was
that
like,
was
man,
perfect,
this
man.
is
No,
it.
that
Yeah.
was perfect. It has a big impact in your life, and I love everything that you're talking about, and I love the fact that you brought that it's a way of life, and that's huge because like there's all these different philosophies all over the place, and like,
Mm.
but if you got to live it, you got to find what's most best for you, and of course, um that in the scripture in the Bible, like that's the way of life. So I totally agree with that. I love that you're spreading it because that's what people need to hear, and there's a lot out there that needs to there's a lot of people that are suffering out there.
Hmm.
So okay, for someone, so one thing I always ask is, for someone, going through the rough parts of their life who's, going through some stuff that is hard right now. What would you advise them or what would you want them to hear?
Man, oh, I love that. There is like oftentimes, especially whenever you're my age and you're, kind of the younger generation, you feel like in the age of social media, you look on your phone and you see everyone else living this happy, perfect life. I know I have.
Yeah.
And it seems like your life just isn't the same. Like your life is just, I don't know, worse than everyone else's. You have no friends, or maybe you have no job, or
I
whatever
can
it is,
relate to
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how it is, man.
Yeah.
But like truly, I believe that um, joy is not found in those things. Joy is not found in money. Joy is not found in necessarily having the most friends. Um, I think the joy is in the mission. The joy is in like, hey, how am I bringing, and from my perspective, how am I bringing the gospel? How am I sharing eternal life with people? Because we're
Ooh,
all
I
going to
like
die one
that.
day.
I
We're all
love
going to
that.
die one day. I really do think that, like, hey, there is a clock right now that is counting down these seconds until I am dead. And when that clock hits zero, the money, the friends, the wealth, none of that is going to matter. But what does matter is the amount of people that I was able to share eternal life with, because there is life after death. And so whenever I'm able to do that and help just build up the kingdom and real like help people realize like, man, if I believe in this and believe in Jesus, then like I can actually experience real life, not just this life that the world says that there is. And so that is kind of what I would say to people is, what is your mission? What are you chasing? And if it's not Jesus, then I would 100% look into that, because that is where the true joy is found.
Love it, man. Love it. Uh, Also, you did mention that you grew up in a Christian household.
Mhm.
Tell me about the people outside the business. Who matters most of you when you close the laptop at the end of the day?
Great question, man. My family is always number one. I like spending so much time with them. I have a younger brother, a younger sister, and of course, mom and dad, and we all live at home here in Dallas, Texas. And
Oh, you're the
um,
oldest.
yes, I am the oldest, and I love it. I get to bully my siblings and tell them who's boss, and
And
it's a
they
good
look
time,
up to
man.
you
But
probably.
I don't know about that. I'm crazy sometimes, but no, man, I love spending time with them. We like to go watch some Dallas Mavericks, and we love watching some hockey, some Dallas Stars. We're a big sports family, so we just love turning on the TV or heck, going and riding our jet skis on the lake and just having a good time together. It's always a blast. But we love traveling and just doing life with my family is what I love to do.
That's cool. Hanging out with Mark Cuban, wherever he lives in Dallas. And
Exactly, exactly.
I think Mark
I
Cuban,
love
what
it.
other business moguls are living out in Dallas besides Mark Cuban?
Um, I know Jerry Jones. You know Jerry Jones. He's over here,
Jerry
of
Jones.
course.
Okay.
Probably the biggest one here. Who else? Of course. Well, there's too many to count. Too many to count,
Yeah,
man.
I live in Austin, but it's like, there is an entrepreneurial crowd in Austin. It's a little bit younger based. I feel like most of the, more businesses up in Dallas.
Yeah,
But
man. Y'all got Joe Rogan down there.
yeah,
Joe
we have
Rogan
Joe
down in
Rogan, we
Austin.
have Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, I
Hmm.
have a client for that I do restaurant finances for, and Elon Musk actually bought the building right next door and stuff is
What?
Yeah, he on the C Home power plant, in Austin. He bought
Yeah,
a building. I don't know what he's doing in there yet, but that's huge. We
that's
have
awesome.
Cody Sanchez, we have the Stoic guy, Ryan Holiday, and then just a bunch of other things. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, dude, Austin's awesome. I love it.
All right, so you're building Maverick Digital, the business is, pulling you in every direction. Um, what do you do? Because like I know that it's the first year and you're building Maverick Digital, but like what's something that you intentionally do, like, or at least things that you do to protect your time on the family side, or at least you have more time to hang out with your friends too, and family.
Yeah, man. Time management, it's a big deal.
Huge.
If I'm not careful, business will take over my life.
Hmm.
And that's kind of part of the reason I started my business is to, of course, like obviously you could save money any day of the week. But for me, it was lifestyle freedom.
Hmm.
Um, I wanted the ability to go, maybe hit the gym whenever I want to go hit the gym, or hang out with some buddies when I hang out with some buddies. But as long as I'm able to make time for each of my various priorities, and of course have a list of priorities of what's most important to me and what's kind of going down there, I keep my priorities straight. So one of the things that I do, and I take the most time in each morning, is I have my Bible in a little notebook right here, and I make sure, man, if I don't get into that before my work, I notice my priorities start to shift a little bit. Maybe I'll spend a little too much time thinking about how much money this client was going to give me if I close them, or XYZ. But if I'm able to get into this and kind of reshift my focus, it changes up my priorities. And so, to answer your question, man, that's how I keep myself in check is time management and making sure my priorities are in line at all times.
Nice, nice. You mentioned you hang out with friends on the weekends and stuff. Do you guys like play any pickleball or any sports or do any activities or stuff or
Man, I'll rip some people up with some pickleball, dude. It's
Yeah,
when I
you
get
good
on
at
that
it?
court, it's just competitive, man. I'm a competitive guy. I love playing any sport. I played just about anyone in high school. Uh, love playing little video games here and there. Love and hit the gym every day. Just a great way to reset.
You do a lot
And
of
right
lifting
now,
or is it like cardio in the gym?
I do, yeah, I do a lot of lifting. Right now, I'm training for something called a HYROX competition, which I don't know if you've heard of it. It's coming
What
to
is that?
Dallas here in November. Man, it's a unique little fitness competition. It's about an hour and a half. It's in a warehouse with thousands of people in it with you. And there's a track, a big old track, and then there's a bunch of exercises in the middle, right? So either it's weighted lunges or something like that, or ski erg. But you run a kilometer, you run twice around the track, and then you go in the middle and do an exercise. Come out,
Ah,
run again, and you do that 8 times. So there's 8 exercises, and you basically run 16 kilometers or
wow.
eight kilometers. And so it's a lot of fun. The energy is just exciting, and it's just a super awesome fun thing to train for. Me and my girlfriend are going to do it in November.
That seems like it's really hard. It's a lot of endurance. Like you need to have a lot of endurance because you're not doing heavy weightlifting. You're probably doing as much as you can for, as I guess like, not like super like powerlifting and stuff, but no, that reminds me of that one other sport. I forgot the name of it. It sounds like that, but CrossFit or something. No, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know what it's
CrossFit.
called.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say CrossFit. It's totally
Yeah.
CrossFit.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Is that something that you're training for with your girlfriend?
100%, man. Me and my girlfriend do long distance. She's over in Arkansas. But we kind of train on our own time, and I just make sure to get a little bit of cardio in after I lift some weight. I don't even train for CrossFit. I just train lifting weights, hitting cardio after, and making sure I feel tired. That's kind of what I do, but it's a good time, man.
Nice, nice. All right. What about like outside of fitness and pickleball and stuff? Is there like anything else that like you do that like fills you up, like or that you like look forward to in the week?
Yeah, man, I'm a big traveler. I'm never home on the weekends. I've actually been to Arkansas for the last 3 weekends, and I leave for
Your
Arkansas
girlfriend
again
lives, right?
tomorrow. Yes, yes.
Okay.
This next weekend we're going to go on a little float trip up in Fayetteville. And then next weekend, me and my family are going to San Antonio. So we're just traveling all over. Went to
Oh,
Hawaii a few weeks ago
oh wow.
on a little cruise and just had a great time, man. We love traveling together and just spending that time away from home together. And so we love building that bond and seeing the world together. And we're already planning for our big trip next year. So I would definitely say traveling is what I look forward to.
That's always it's always good to just kind of like enjoy new experiences with the people that you love and friends and family and stuff. I love that, man.
There's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like it.
All right, well let's zoom back on a Maverick Digital. Um and you know, like what does it look like at present day and where are you taking it from here?
Yeah, man. Present day. So we're obviously a growing franchise. We've been in operation for just a few months now, but we've actually expanded our network way faster than we expected. Just the people here in Dallas are just like super kind, super open to connecting and networking and just loving on each other and seeing how we can help each other grow. And so we've actually expanded our Billboard network to about 40 screens right now, which is
Oh
amazing.
wow. Wow.
So we have over 40 different partners, and right now we're just helping businesses grow through lead generation or through exposure, helping them grow. And so right now we're in a great spot to just continue to help businesses grow. And where we plan to be, man, in the next few years is just this media, I mean, this digital media company that just operates all throughout Dallas, not only North Dallas, but all throughout Dallas and just partnering with other local networks to see how we can help each other grow and help other small businesses grow. I, as a small business owner, want nothing more than other businesses to grow, and of course, for our brand to grow. But whenever we see other people achieve their dreams, it fills my cup,
Hmm.
and that's just part of the why behind this brand is we just want other people to succeed. And so whenever we're in a place where we just get so much success and see other people have so much success, then I mean, I think that we'll be in a more awesome spot, right?
Nice, nice. Do you like do like a lot of networking and Dallas and stuff?
We
Like,
do, man. Yeah, we're in some BNI groups,
oh, okay.
business networking groups, and we're actually a super awesome partner with the MetroCrest Chamber of Commerce here in North Dallas, and um, we love being one of those pinnacle members with them, and just being able to experience just what goes on here in Dallas beyond business, but more so making friends with other people, and we just love doing it, meeting new
Did
people each and every day.
did you mention BNI or just business
Yeah,
networking?
yeah, BNI, yeah.
Okay, okay. How you liking BNI? Because I was actually I'm a BNI alumni too, and I've been
Oh
part of
yeah,
a BNI for around a year and a half. I ended up leaving, but now
okay.
I might actually even go back. Dude, when I first moved to Austin and I went to BNI, dude, it expanded my network like no other. Like,
Dude, it's awesome. We love it. I mean, you know it. You know how it is. We get the opportunity to just kind of present in front of a group of business owners and refer each other and just help each other grow. I know their motto is givers gain,
yeah.
and I love that. So we go every week and we get the opportunity to present in front of this just awesome crew of people and just to connect with them. You know, have some coffee together and connect and see what's working and what's not. Hey, I mean, a common question is, how can I help you? How can I help you grow? And we just love dealing with people like that.
Yeah, man. I don't know when I'm gonna join it again, but I'm gonna be doing a lot more in-person networking. I do a lot of online networking and stuff,
Okay.
and that's it's just my situation. But I do want to do a lot more in person because I feel like I love meeting new people. Like I love going in and meeting people in person, and you know, going to nice events and finding the right people, the right referral partners, the right
Yeah.
strategic partners. You know, like I believe in that stuff. I believe in like having, you know, you know, your network is your net worth, you know?
Mm,
And so, well, it needs to be the right people too, you know, who have the same values as you. So, yeah, man. I think what you're doing is great.
I appreciate that, man. Just looking to make new friends every day, right? That's what we do.
All right, so okay, so for Maverick Digital, like I know that you have some people that working for you, right?
I do. Yes.
Um, yeah, so if you do have any people working for you, you know, like any employees that you're accountable for, What's been the biggest lesson, do you think, on managing others or people that you've learned so far these past few years?
It's a good question, man. And I think it comes down to personal accountability is the one thing that I've learned from managing other people. As business owners, oftentimes we get the stigma that we can kind of get just go sit on a beach somewhere and tell people what to do and get back to, drinking a pina colada or whatever it is. But
Hmm.
what I've learned is that whenever I come to my position of managing my employees and telling them, hey, here's what I want you to go do, or here's how I need you to spend your time, I need to make sure that I'm spending my time in a way that, kind of is an example to them that I'm actually working on this too. I'm working on building this and they can see that. And whenever you live out an example of, hey, this is important to me. And I'm not just telling you what to do, but I'm living it too. I think that
Hmm.
that is what I've learned is like what's most important from the position of a manager or an owner
Hmm.
is personal accountability, right?
Hmm.
Take ownership of your actions. If you did something that you shouldn't have done or maybe wasted your time that and when you shouldn't have, and your employee knows it, you need to own it. Like go up to them and say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry," or because just because we're an owner doesn't mean we have the opportunity to just say whatever we want and do whatever we want. No, I mean I believe that everyone needs to be treated how they how you want to be treated. Um, and so personal accountability would 100% be my response to that.
Love it, man. Love it. Did you like learn that from any mentors or anyone or does Maverick have or like do you personally have like people in your corner like who are like,
Mhm.
any mentors or big advisors that are like working like in your corner that that changes your thinking and pushes you?
Man, I'm very blessed. I do have some mentors that kind of help me keep me in check and keep me in line because I can get out of that line real quick. But me and my dad is definitely my number one mentor. His name's Red Boswell, and he kind of coached me and guided me into this whole franchise game and what it looks like to
Oh,
be an
okay.
owner, franchisee, and just man, I could have never done it on my own. But beyond just my dad, I definitely have some pastors and some um, pretty awesome advisors who keep me in check for my church and just help align my beliefs with what I'm actually living out each day. And I think the great combination of just franchise wisdom and biblical wisdom is just such a great little match there for me. So that's kind of what it is right now.
Nice, nice, man. I think we all need mentors and coaches or
Yes.
advisors that, like that helps us accelerate our growth. So it's always a good question when I ask and stuff because most people have them. So it's hard to do everything yourself, dude.
Dude, it so is, man, because I mean, we can't do everything on our own. We've learned it, I certainly can't do this whole business on my own. That's why I have people to help me. Um, but no, especially understanding that you don't know everything is an important mindset to have that you need to constantly be poured into, and you also need to constantly be pouring into other people.
I think I got a few more questions for you. Um, a few more questions for you, Mason.
Yeah.
Um, so one question I love to ask is, when you're running a business, you're making calls with not all the information, like at once.
Mhm.
You're handling a lot, you're running the business day to day. What's been the hardest decision you've had to make, and what did you learn from it? And this isn't, and I'm not, and when I say this, like, anything can come to mind. It's not like,
Mhm.
like it doesn't necessarily need to be like, um, it's just anything can come to mind in this.
Yeah, man. I would say more so than this like hardest decision I've ever had to make here in business. I would say a decision I'm faced with every single day that is a hard decision to make is the idea that, hey, if I'm talking to somebody who would be best suited not working with me, the best thing to tell them is, hey, I don't think you should work with me, even if they're interested, even if I can make money off of them. I think that that's something that's really hard to do is you have to deny yourself, say no to greed, and tell them, hey, I would go this path instead. Like be more of an advisor, be more of a friend. And to make that conscious decision to say no to money is something that is very hard, but it comes up a lot because not everybody can benefit what we can bring.
Hmm.
And as a business owner, kind of worldly, your number one goal is to make money. And so when
Hmm.
you deny that goal and say, "Hey, I'm going to tell you to go this way instead of this way," I
Hmm.
think it's a valuable insight from somebody who could make, could bring you money. But I don't know, as a business owner, it's a hard decision to make every day.
Actually, you know, that's great that you brought that up. I don't know if you've read Influence the Psychology of Persuasion by Robert
I
Cialdini.
haven't. No.
He brought that up that if you are willing to even bring up like, you know, like something where, you know, even in a negotiation, because I
Hmm.
handle this with some of my clients too, where like, you know, you can't like you even bring up that you can't like you can't even help them in this situation, like
Hmm.
you bring up something bad about yourself, not like, you know, in purpose because like because of what we're saying, but like if you even just admit, you know, some things that you can't handle and then offer them the best alternative, they actually end up liking you even
Mm.
more and are even more inclined to go through your service because they know, because everyone always says, you know, like everyone's always just pitching and just trying to get the sale and stuff. But when you can admit to them that you can't do certain type of area or whatever, it actually benefits you even more.
No, it totally does, man. And that's why the way I do business is I don't necessarily pitch from the start. I know the salesmen have like a really bad rep of just like, "Hey, are you interested?" No, no, no. I look to make friends first. Like I look to
Mhm.
build community first and to see how I can help other people because there's lots of other business owners out there who just need friends, need people more than anything else. And so if I could be that person who is just willing and able to go talk and just to help somebody make a hard business decision or to give wisdom in what ways I know, I think that is the best thing that you can do as a salesman is to be a guide, not a salesman. So totally agree with you.
100%, man, 100%. All right, I got two questions for you left, Mason. Okay. So looking ahead, what are the big goals for the next 12 months, both in business and in life?
Man, come on, Jake. Man, in life, I'm going to start off with that one. I Man, I want nothing more than to be a loving dad to a family who just like loves life, right? A joyful family, a successful family who just loves pursuing just joy and growth and um, just loves living every day, right? And so if I'm able to do that, then find myself in a spot like that, then I think I've done pretty good. So I'd say that's kind of my number one goal right now is to be that guy who just is a loving husband and a loving father to his kids. And man, with business, man, obviously Maverick Digital is kind of my jump start into the business world, and it's getting me into a place where I can just, kind of grow. And so if I'm able to kind of utilize this to not only grow my reach, but to share the gospel and to help other people see eternal life, then I think that I've done a decent job at um, my mission, which is to share that gospel and to help people understand that. And so once I can get into this Maverick Digital and to push it more and push it out there, and people can see who Jesus is and to understand Him, and also to help their businesses grow. Would love to help over 250 businesses grow. That's kind of our goal right now for this year, over 250.
That's a great
And
goal. Yeah. And I didn't
yes,
want to,
yes,
yeah, no, that's perfect goal.
that's what we want to be, man. 250 businesses, and once we get to that point, we can say yes and amen. Let's go to the next goal.
Cool, cool. All right. And then one more question. What's been one of the biggest challenges you've been navigating in the business lately?
Okay. Biggest challenge, man. There's too many challenges. I would say the biggest challenge, kind of like you said earlier, is balance. Balancing this whole business thing and the operations and the sales and the growth and the customer relationship with life and just have friends and going out playing pickleball on a Thursday night or going and watching the NBA finals and hoping the Spurs win. Uh, Balancing that life with business. As a growing business, it's not easy. You have to make a lot of these hard decisions to say, hey, I got to work on this proposal agreement. I got to send it out and I got to miss this, first half of the game, whatever it may be. Making those decisions aren't always easy and it's hard. And it's definitely a challenge that I'm 100% experiencing right now. Um,
Hmm.
but I would say it's worth it. I think it's worth it for not only my future, but for the future of the business.
100%, man. I think what you said, you nailed you nailed it, man, because like balance is huge because in the beginning you're wearing all the hats. Like all the hat. I'm assuming you're wearing all the hats, right, in your business. You're trying
Hmm.
to be the top salesperson, manage your finances, manage ops and retention. Like I'm sure you're doing probably all of that right now, right?
Totally am. It's hard, man.
Yeah, and it's good. It's hard to like balance it all and, know exactly what it's, I guess maybe what to focus on all the time when you're getting when you got emails coming in this way and then all this stuff, right? I get it.
You know
I get it.
exactly how it is, dude. But it's a blessing. I mean, it. I know I'm going back to the Bible here, but it's truly the way I do life.
No, 100%.
Balance is not biblical. Actually, what is biblical is full pursuit. And so I believe that that's what I should be doing is I should be fully pursuing that mission. And so if this is the way that I'm doing that, then man, praise the Lord. So I hope I can keep doing this.
All right. Well, Mason, this has been a great conversation. Thank you so much for your time. One other thing before we wrap up,
Mhm.
where can people find you and what are you working on right now that you want people to know about?
Man, golly, where are we not working, dude? You guys can find me at LinkedIn, any social media. My name's Mason Boswell. Would love to connect with everyone. Just make a new friend. Um, Heck, I'll throw my number out there if that's something that's okay. 214-901-6456. And seriously, I'm open to just making friends and connecting with anyone, everyone. So find me on socials, find me on our website is maverick-digital.net. And man, we're just looking to grow our impact.
Perfect, man. And you guys heard it here. Okay, so to everyone tuning in, thank you for being here. If this resonated with you, share it with a business owner in your life who needs to hear it. Until next time, keep pushing forward in faith, fitness, family, and business. Mason, really appreciate you, man. This was a
Thanks,
great
Jake.
one.
Thanks, guys.